Hi, this is Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of Young Men Empowerment Forum. I want to wrap up this topic that we started over the past few days by speaking about things then that you need to bother about. The things that you need to bother about because they are in your control. I've spoken over the past few days about things that are not in your control, that you don't need to bother about. But as a young man today, I want to give you tips of things that you can bother about because these things are within your control. So therefore, you can do something about it. And those are the things that you need to look after to make sure that you are in control of. The first thing is being present in this moment. Being present in this moment is within your control. Because there are some of us as young men that become absent-minded in everything that we do. We delay our own lives because we are absent in the present. We procrastinate about things. Therefore, something that I need to do, I will actually postpone it and want to do it in the future, while I am supposed to be present now and do things now. There are things that need to be started now, not tomorrow. And we cannot keep on postponing things and think that things will happen. And these are done by people that are struggling to be present in the moment. People that are struggling to see that the decision of now will actually determine what will happen in future. But I need to start now, not tomorrow. And there are some of us who dwell on the past. And we are failing to live and be present in the moment because of our past is so bad that it is pulling us back. Each time we have to think of the moment of now. Each time we're supposed to think of how do I build my life right now? Your past comes rearing its head and it reminds you that you cannot move on because of your past. And I want to urge you as a young man that your past should not hold you hostage. You must learn to become present in the moment. And you must learn to seize the moment of now. You must learn to seize the time of the moment now. So live in the present and make sure that you focus on it because you've got control of your moment right now. You've got control of your situations right now. And therefore, your past, you cannot control. We have said that. Your future, you cannot control. So we have said that. So therefore, the present moment is what you can control. If you want to build a good future, please seize the moment of now. Make sure that you are present in the moment and you build the future that you want to see. Because the future is not just going to shape itself, but it's shaped by the present moment. But everyone who's not able to seize the moment of now, you're going to miss the future completely. And you're going to find yourself not being able to manage in life because you have failed to be present in the moment. And this is very important. Now, secondly, as a young man, it is very, very pertinent and important that you understand that your own words are within your control. You've got control of your words. What you say now, you've got the control of it. You've got the control of talking positive. You've got the control of talking negative as well. So it's your choice as a young man. What you say now, you can decide not to say it. You can decide not to speak some of the words that come to your mouth. And I've got actually a problem with people that will forever apologize and say it's a slippery of a tongue. For how long will your tongue slipper? Because it is a decision of mind that makes you to speak that which you're speaking. You will keep on apologizing because you're not controlling your tongue while you're supposed to control it. You're not controlling your words while you're supposed to control them. And many of you as young men, you would understand that there are many that have broken their own marriages. People that have actually broken relationships with other people because of what they said to the people. Because of what they say always to the people. And I want to tell you now that as long as you're not able to control your tongue, you're not able to control what you say, you're still going to break many relationships ahead of you. You're still going to destroy your own marriage in front of you. So therefore, be careful because you can control your words. You can actually hold them back. You can tell yourself what to say and what not to say. It is not words that throw themselves out of your tongue. It is you who decide to speak some words, and you've got a control of that. And as a young man, please control your words, because it's very important to do so. As long as you cannot control your words, you are actually killing your future. You're destroying your environment. You're destroying your relationships as well. But you've got control of your words. Please be careful of that as a young man. Thirdly, I'm sure you would know that you are having control of how you speak to yourself. Because there are some of you who feel that you are the thresh. You feel that you are useless. You feel like you are a failure. And you speak that to yourself. You're causing yourself to become that. Because your words are creative, sir. And I want you to remember as a young man that what you say is what you become. Because out of the outflow of the heart, out of the fullness of the heart, the mouth speaks. So therefore, when you speak something negative about yourself, it's because it is full in your heart, but you've got control to change that. And that's the reason why we're teaching you right now that you must control how you speak about yourself. You cannot actually condemn yourself and say you are a thresh. You cannot condemn yourself and say you're useless. You cannot condemn yourself and say you're a failure, and yet expect yourself to be successful. So be careful of what you say upon yourself, because that which you say about yourself, it is going to happen as it is. So therefore the words become creative, and they become exactly what you said with your tongue. A tongue is a small organ. It's got no bones at all, but it can set fire in this life and destroy many families, destroy lives as well, including your own life. As I'm emphasizing, it depends on what you say about yourself, and you will become exactly what you say. Don't therefore condemn yourself. Tell yourself you are a victor, not a victim. Tell yourself you are the head, not the tail. Tell yourself you are successful. You are encouraged. Tell yourself you're not a failure. You are a success. And tell yourself all the positive things with your tongue, because that which you say is exactly what you will be. So remember that you've got control of your words and what you say about yourself. Very, very important. Now, I want you also remember that you are in control of your mindset as well. Because what comes to your mind is actually dependent on your control. And I've said this before, that you may not prevent birds from flying over your head, but you can surely prevent a bird from making a nest on your head. And this is the same with thoughts as well. You can control thoughts. You may not actually able to stop thoughts from coming to your mind, but you can control whether you take those thoughts and you nurture them and you feed them, or you may actually decide to discard them immediately, because those thoughts are destroying. So please check the thoughts, scrutinize them, put them on a scale and weigh them, and decide whether you need those thoughts or not, or chuck them out immediately if they are thoughts that are destroying your future. And you, as a young man, be careful of that. So your mindset, therefore, is built of ideas that you cherish in your mind, thoughts that come, and you build them on them by meditating and pondering on them. As you do so, you're actually feeding them with some muscles, you're strengthening them, and those thoughts shall become alive in your mind, and they will actually formulate what we call a mindset. When you've got that particular mindset, therefore, it becomes therefore difficult to turn it around, to change it. But I want to emphasize that as a young man, please be careful of your mindset, because your mindset is within your control, and you can control it yourself. So please, it is within your control, so therefore bother about it. Make sure that you want to change it, because it is within your control. But I want to also emphasize that there is something that is out of your, that is within your control, what you give your energy to, what you invest your energy to, because it depends. There are many young men that invest their energies in criminalities. They invest their energy in playing, not working. They are investing their energies in wrong things of life. And it depends on you, of course, it's your choice. But it is within your control to say, I'm not going to invest my energy in this thing, because this thing will destroy my life if I invest energy in it. Young men that invested their energy in alcohol you are killing yourself. Young men that invest their energy in drugs and other addictions, you are killing yourself. So it's your choice whether you want to invest your energy in that. There are young men that invest their energies in going to parties. That's your own choice. Instead of studying in the university where you are, you're not studying. You're spending time in nightclubs. You're spending time in drugs and dances and amapiano and so on. You're spending your time wasting of your life and not focusing in what you came for at that university. And there are those amongst you who will spend their energy in their studies and succeed. So therefore, it is within your control. You can make a choice whether you want to spend your time playing or you want to spend your time working. And that is within your control as well. Now, very, very important as a young man. It is also very, very important that you are aware that you've got a control on what you spend your free time on. What do you spend your free time on? Because some of you may spend your free time on reading and studying, reading and building your knowledge base and becoming a better person, because there is that spending, that what you spend your time on is that which will actually develop into you. And this is very, very important. So that is within your control. When you've got a free time, what are you spending it on? Very, very important. And whatever you spend it on is the fruits that you will reap out of that. And I'm emphasizing that as a young man, that please be able to know that what you spend your time on will actually bear the results that you need. How I move on from failure is my decision as well. And I want to urge you as a young man that there are failures that will come to your life. You're not an angel. You'll make mistakes, as we have spoken about mistakes before. But remember that it is up to you to move on. Because if you're going to dwell on the past mistakes and the failure that you've gone through and stick on that, you're not going to progress in your life. I've spoken this in full length when I spoke about past mistakes, that you cannot live your life in past mistakes. You cannot invest your life in past mistakes, because as you do so, you are actually destroying yourself, because you cannot move on, because you're delaying yourself by pondering on past mistakes and your failures as well. Move on. It is your decision. It is in your control, and you can move on because you can as a young man. Lastly, remember that it is within yourself to set your own boundaries. We've spoken about boundaries of other people that you don't need to bother about, but make sure that you bother about your own boundaries. Set your own boundaries. Tell yourself, there are places that I can go, there are places that I cannot go. There are places things that I can do, there are things that I cannot do. And there are people that I can associate with, there are people that I cannot associate with. There are behaviors that I can engage in. There are behaviors that I refuse to engage in. Those are boundaries that as a young man you need to create for yourself. Without boundaries, the city gets destroyed. So your life will get destroyed as long as you don't have boundaries of your own in your life. I want to end up here today. Your host, Micornus Phokane. I hope that you've learned something out of this. So please go back and look at the previous lessons as well. That will help you, because this particular lesson is actually related to part 1 to 4. And this is a great, great, great thing that we are bringing through to you. And I want you to remember our Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum. Please like that page, Facebook page, Micornus Phokane. Like it as well. Make sure that you also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click our notification buttons as well there, and make sure that you're notified each time we post material of this kind. Remember, we've got materials that we have posted over the years, and those may be very important to you. And those are the topics that may be very important to your life as well. Remember, so to follow us on our Facebook pages, on all these social media platforms, and you will learn out of that. Your host, Micornus Phokane, leader and founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. Allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.